As author Richard Weaver once noted, ideas have consequences. The basic beliefs that you have about the nature of reality and the purpose of life will in many ways determine what you do. These are ultimately religious questions. One who trusts in God's gracious offer of eternal life in heaven through the person and work of Jesus Christ will behave differently from someone who believes God is virtually unknowable and that one can only secure His favor by acting violently on His behalf. Thus, we see dramatic and fundamental differences between societies created largely by believing Christians as opposed to those created largely by Islam. It is not a coincidence that the growth of medicine, education, equal rights for all people, science, and free enterprise have flourished in historically Christian-influenced societies of Western Europe and America, while the exact opposite is true of Islamic nations. But in our current politically correct environment, some argue it is deeply offensive to point out such basic facts. Instead, cultural relativism has reached the very highest levels of our government. How else to explain the astonishing statement from the head of NASA describing a directive he received from President Obama about Islam? He said, "President Obama wanted me to find a way to reach out to the Muslim world to help them feel good about their historic contribution to science, math, and engineering." Of course, no Islamic nation has ever put a human being into space, let alone on the moon. And there are, in fact, theological reasons why radically Islamic nations do not prosper in science. Chief among them is the fact that Islamic law discourages free inquiry, advocating the diminution of reason under a God who dictates every detailed facet of life. But that is of no import for the self-anointed, politically correct elites in our day. All cultures must be made to feel good, they say, despite the fact that truth, reason, and experience show us that some things really are better than others. This politically correct mindset is nothing less than the leveling of all things in the thin gruel of mediocrity. It is a quack prescription for cultural suicide. Dear friends, we who bear the truth must not let that happen.